Each planet is an entity. It is its own God, right? So for me personally, I do connect to the planets and I do like to show each planet respect. I do not worship anything, but I do praise and I do respect, right? Nothing is to be worshipped.
Wait, do you believe in God?
I do believe in God.
Do you believe in Jesus?
I believe that Jesus was a real person.
You're not a Christian?
I'm not a Christian.
So you believe in God, that God is real?
I believe there's a higher power, yes.
So you don't believe in hell and heaven?
I believe hell and heaven exist within the body. And I believe that is a destination within.
When we die and...
Energy doesn't die, it transfers.
Yeah. Science says energy can be transformed from one form to another.
Exactly.
So when this body is done, so what happens to our energy? Do we turn to like something else or go to another planet, or what do we become?
It depends on what happened in that lifetime. Did you complete your mission? Did you do what you said you wanted to do when you decided to come here?
So people who didn't complete their mission, what happens to them?
They choose to come back and do it again because they didn't complete their mission.
Hey, what's up, greatness? How you doing? Your boy Charles Levi, and welcome to What's Up. Listen, I'm so excited to be here today with you guys, and it's just an amazing and wonderful time. Listen, I have this wonderful, great, beautiful lady here today. Listen, she's already, like when she walked into the room, everyone was just hot. I was like, I need to take off my jacket. Yeah, for real, she's gorgeous and amazing. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And let me tell you, Short and Spill is here. We're doing a lot of fun today. Just don't go nowhere. Please, hope you're liking, sharing, commenting, and don't forget to subscribe, right? So let's hop on what we got for today. Ashley, what's up? How you doing? Greatness?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Listen, I'm good, but seeing you just make me, is like a word like more gooder?
Better.
Okay, yeah, but for real, seeing you just change everything. How was your day though?
I've had a pretty good day. How's your day been?
Beautiful, productive, and just awesome.
It's good.
Yeah. I've heard some things about you. I just like to hear from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
I heard first, the way they describe me, they said she's gorgeous. She wears a lot of hats and she's into this healing stuff. She does taxes, real estate investment. I was like, just one person? So tell me, what do you do? Like, what do you do? What are the things you do?
So I am a spiritual guide, a financial advisor. I am a mother, most importantly. But
That's
my
amazing.
business, I bridge together spirituality and practicality. So I teach people how to heal their mind, body, soul, and their finances.
Great. Just you?
What do you mean,
Just you doing all those things?
Yeah.
God, I want to be like you.
You're gonna be like me?
For real.
Okay.
For real. So listen, like I said, it's gonna be a fun time because I really want to get to know more of those things you do. And also I believe people out there, they want to know how to get into this Vedic, is it Vedic astrology?
Vedic astrology, yes.
I've never really looked into that.
Yeah.
So what is it all about?
So Vedic astrology is based over in India. It's the Hindu astrology, and they call it the mother astrology. They call it Jyotish, which is science of light. So with Vedic astrology, you are embracing your light energy, the light in you, by delving into your own birth chart and understanding who you are truly, and not who you think that you are, but who you actually are, the energy that you were given to work with in this lifetime.
It's like meditation kind of thing, or?
It's not necessarily like meditation, but again, it's like everybody has a roadmap. Everybody has a destiny. Everybody has pretty much just a layout already. Everything was already destined before we chose to come to this reality. So it allows you to understand. It takes the why away when you're trying to understand, like, why this or why that, and you understand why. So you get the answers to those whys, and it allows you to actually move according to the cards that you have to work with. Because a lot of times we think that we confuse our strengths with our weaknesses, and a lot of times we move in the energy of our weakness because we think it's our strength. So you start to learn what your true strengths are, what maybe your hidden strengths, right? And your weaknesses, and allows you to sharpen yourself.
Okay, that's a lot. Is it like a religion, or I don't understand? Because
it's not a religion.
Okay.
It will fall into like mystical sciences or like occult knowledge, the hidden, the mysteries of life, the secrets of life, understanding the universe and understanding the planets and what exactly is going on. Everybody talks about energy, right? Energy, but you have to actually understand the energy that's actually moving us on Earth.
I like that. So I have a question.
Yes.
In what ways can someone use this Vedic astrology to guide their personal financial growth?
So you would look through your Jupiter. If you're able to look at your birth chart, when you look at your Jupiter, Jupiter is the planet of expansion. It is the planet of knowledge. It is the planet of blessings. So understanding, they have a D9 chart, and the D9 chart is based off of your Jupiter, and Jupiter is the energy of just how you get your blessings in this lifetime. And it's, expansion is money, family, everything. So your Jupiter is just the energy that's the easiest to bless you with. So if you want to know, how does my luck, because Jupiter is also about luck, how does luck work for me? How will I gain finances, or just in general? Because Jupiter's kids are a blessing, right? So when you're trying to understand how is your favor, you look at your Jupiter.
Okay, you're talking about Jupiter, right? How do people, is it like they need to connect to it? Because I've never, I'm a novice when it comes to this right now, but I'm trying to see how to get into it. Do they connect to it, or do they have to say certain word, or is it just a mindset thing? How do you even connect to this? I think it's force or power or whatever. I don't know. Educate me.
So each planet is an entity. It is its own God, right? So for me personally, I do connect to the planets, and I do like to show each planet respect. I do not worship anything, but I do praise and I do respect, right? Nothing is to be worshipped, because we're our own gods in all essence, right? So when you want to actually learn about Vedic astrology, you would start by understanding your ascendant, and then your moon sign, and then your sun sign. A lot of people, especially over in America, in which, the Western way of life has become very predominant, has pretty much taken over the world. But the Western astrology teaches us to embrace our darkness. So when you're operating based on your sun sign, you don't truly know who you are.
Wait. Do you believe in God?
I do believe in God.
Do you believe in Jesus?
I believe that Jesus was a real person.
You're not a Christian?
I'm not a Christian.
So you believe in God, that God is real?
I believe there's a higher power, yes.
What is higher power?
I don't believe the way that most people believe, there's this one man that's sitting above us, keeping track of everything that we do wrong. And if we make any mistakes, then we're condemned to hell. I do not believe that.
So you don't believe in hell and heaven?
I believe hell and heaven exist within the body. And I believe that is a destination within. And you can be in hell on earth, and you can also be in heaven on earth.
So when we die and...
Energy doesn't die. It transfers.
Yeah. Science says energy can be transformed from one form to another.
Exactly.
So when this body is done, so what happens to our energy? Do we turn to something else, or go to another planet, or what do we become?
It depends on what happened in that lifetime. Did you complete your mission? Did you do what you said you wanted to do when you decided to come here?
So people who didn't complete their mission, what happens to them?
They choose to come back and do it again because they didn't complete their mission.
They come back through birth.
Through birth. Through the veil of forgiveness. You don't get to remember. Some people are blessed enough to be able to remember their past lives and remember things of that nature. But for the most part, we are really condensed down on earth. When 3D is really hard to be here. So yeah, you're born again and you pretty much, you don't remember anything and you have to start over.
You're taking me to somewhere else right now. Like my mind, like I really didn't plan for this. So people come back to life.
We choose. We made a choice. Everybody, like us sitting here today, before we was born, we had already made a decision that we would eventually cross paths and meet each other and have this conversation. I mean, if you're a Christian, right? Christianity tells you that everything was already planned out before you got here, right? Vedic astrology allows you to see what was planned out for you.
Okay. Okay, I will leave it there because it's deep right now. But how can let's say I want to get into this Vedic astrology. How can I start? How can I get in?
So you would need what time you was born, the day you was born, and where you was born at. And I like to make sure that people understand that you're way more unique than a month. So you're pretty much identifying yourself based on what month you was born. You're way more unique than that. You was born at a specific time, and the day you was born is more important than the month you was born. But the time that you was born is way more important than the day and the month.
So time, it has meaning?
Yes. What time? Why do you think they record the time?
I was born on Sunday morning with around 6. I'm a twin, so I came out first, right? So I was born, I think, around 6 a.m. to like 8 or 9 during that's just the time frame we came out. So can you tell me something about time? Like, just pick any number and tell me what it means.
I can't necessarily. I would have to actually have your birth chart in front of me. If you right now were able to pull up your birth chart, I could tell you all about you. I can tell you how your mind works. I can tell you how you make decisions emotionally. I can tell you about your firstborn child. I can tell you about the hurdles that you have in life.
So
I can tell you about your parents.
My producer is there right now. Like,
yeah.
Are you for real? You can tell me?
Yeah. If you was to look at your birth certificate and we pulled up your birth chart, I could tell you everything about you and you'll be mind blown. You'll be like, how? But that's when you pay attention to these energies, you understand yourself. That way you move according to what you was here to do and you know yourself. That's the easiest way to not be in a position to be manipulated when you are so aware of self.
Okay. We'll do that later.
Yeah.
Because I really want to learn. I love what you're saying.
I got you.
Because I like to try things and see things for myself. So I've never heard this thing before.
Good.
That the time has meaning, the day has meaning, the week has meaning too as well?
No, because when you were born, the time that you was born, there was a specific constellation in the sky.
Jesus, you girl, man.
But that sets the tone of your life. I mean, you got to remember, like, just because you was born on, like me, for example, July 19th, does not mean that everybody that's born on July 19th is going to have the same experience or that we're going to be alike. We might have some similar traits, but we're uniquely different. And what those planets were doing at the time sets the tone. So, for example, have you ever heard of an eclipse, right?
Yeah.
Imagine being born at the time that an eclipse is happening. You have a much different life path than somebody who was born on that same day, but no eclipse was happening.
Like what life path is that?
Like you could be in a position where you are going to experience more hurdles, depression, right?
Really?
Yes. Yes. Or you could be a superstar. You know,
but anybody can be that. People who are born on December, they can be that.
That's why some people have the same birthdays as celebrities, but they don't live that life because that's not what the planets was doing when they were born. That wasn't what was set for them. Some people could be corrupt. Some conjunctions or certain events that's happening in the sky could make a person corrupt.
Ashley, you so deep.
I know.
I never knew you this deep. I was just talking. with
Trying
you.
to brush the surface.
You scared me, girl. Like, but I'm not scared. I got Jesus.
Yeah.
But I like that though.
Well,
I never knew that.
Christianity, right? You said you got Jesus. Well, Christianity in the Bible, didn't they know? They looked at the stars and was able to see exactly when and where he was going to be born. That's in the Bible.
This is crazy. Okay, we're gonna move past that now because this is really getting deep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into finance.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. I remember you talking about owning your own bank or becoming your own bank, stuff like that. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Becoming your own bank, can you explain what that actually means and how people can take steps towards that?
Okay, yes. So what you would do is you would get an IUL, which is an index universal life insurance policy. Now, one thing I want to tell you is that most life insurance brokers, agents, they're not really trying to sell you that because they get the least commission off of it. You receive the most benefit and they don't. So a lot of times they don't want to tell you about it because, you know, they don't get as much money from it.
Yeah.
Now, when you have an index universal life insurance policy, that is the most flexible policy that there is. It is the most expensive, but it's the most flexible. So what that is, it generates between 6 to 9% in interest, tax free. It coincides with an S&P 500, which is the stock market.
Yep.
So with that policy, whenever they have a thing called a single payment, you don't necessarily have to do a single payment. You could just put a little bit in there every month. But for people who have money, right, and they want to figure out where can I put my money at that will grow me between 6 to 9% in interest, where tax free, where I have access to it, no penalties for accessing this money, but also have death and living benefits, you would get an IUL. So when you do that, let's say, for example, you have $20,000, right? And you want to put that in a policy. So when you put that in the policy, you automatically get 2 accounts. That $20,000 that you put in there, that goes into your death benefits. And then it automatically opens up a separate account that is called living benefits or cash value.
Okay. And
that becomes 90% of that becomes available immediately. So understand that those are 2 separate accounts. And after 45 days, you can access that 90% of that money and you can borrow against that money tax free. So that $20,000 that you put in there is still sitting there. This is money that compound interest from the money that you put in there.
Yeah.
That $20,000 that's sitting there is still gonna put more money into that other cash value pot. So when you take that out of there, that's just free money. Tax free.
Really?
And it's your money. You borrow and you can pay it back if you want to, but you don't have to. So a lot of times people don't understand that life insurance has living benefits. A lot of people think that it's only protecting them for death, but with the right policy, it has cash value too.
Are you an expert when it comes to this? If someone want to sign up for this now, can you guide them through? Mm-hmm. Are you licensed?
I am.
Okay. Guys, listen, her information will be here. Just hit her up though.
Yeah.
That's smart though. And I think
it's what the rich people do.
Yes.
They put their money in policies because it grow tax free.
So there's no penalty when you withdraw that money out.
And then that death benefit that you put in there is still there, sitting there. And it's still going to continue to grow 6 to 9% interest and keep going into that other pot.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
How did you learn all these things?
I am a self-directed learner. Through Vedic astrology, I learned what I was going to expand in. I learned what I was going to excel in. And my Jupiter was able to tell me the things that was going to be easy for me to learn, and how I was going to get money and how I was going to be able to teach people how to do it. So I was just destined to learn these things so that I could give the information to people.
That's great. That's smart.
I'm blessed with it to give it, to pour it out, to show people the things that they don't know, because most people don't know these things. So a lot of people aren't gifted with the knowledge because they're not going to share it. They're going to use it only for themselves. And with me, I give the knowledge because that's my purpose. My purpose is to give the knowledge.
You said something about um through the Jupiter you were able to know things you're good at. Okay, so I want to ask you a question. So you are an entrepreneur, right? How do you create a business that aligns with your spiritual values while you're also ensuring your financial sustainability? Like, how do you understand my question?
How did I build a business around it?
Around it, yes.
I let the universe guide me.
So the root is the universe.
Yes. There's everything that I do is, I'm a very spiritual woman. So everything that I do is based on what I'm being led to do. I trust my intuition, I trust myself, and I do what my gut tells me to do. When my body tells me this is what you need to learn, I sit down and I learn it.
Do you see things before they happen?
Yes.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Wait. Can you interpret dreams?
Can I interpret dreams? That's not my gift.
Can you tell if someone has like a negative energy and spirit around them? What do you do when you see those people?
I just smile. I was born in the darkness.
What does that mean?
That I had to find my way to the light. So darkness doesn't scare me. I was born in it, from
What is
it.
darkness? Is it like, what do you mean when you say you're born in the darkness?
I was born in the darkness. I was born in everything that is dark. All of the energy that is suppressive, the energy that is depressive. I was born in that. I was submerged in that. And so I had to learn these things while being in the darkness. And I had to find the light and follow the light while surrounded by darkness. So the darkness doesn't scare me. It's actually my job to go back to the darkness and take the light. So if I see somebody that's dark, it doesn't scare me. It doesn't sway me away because I was born in it. I healed from it, healing from it. So it don't scare me.
Actually.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. That you, because I'm Nigerian and I know you've learned some African stuff. You know, when people are born, sometimes they have like, they say they have like a spell cast on them. Like some ladies can get married or something. How true is that?
Very true.
Please, can you walk me through that?
So you're referring to like witchcraft, right?
Yeah, whatever it is.
That is a real thing. And a lot of bloodlines are cursed. A lot of people, a lot of their bloodlines, you know, which is why it's very important to learn yourself.
Okay.
So that one of the things about me was I wasn't allowed to truly participate in witchcraft because I do know things, but that's not really the energy that I delve deep into, because a lot of people, like astrology, like Western astrology, the tropical astrology over here in America, we're given tools and we're not taught how to use them the right way. So even when you're casting a spell on someone else, you're casting a spell on yourself. So when you do that to someone else, you're courting yourself to that same energy. So when you go and you try to put a spell on someone else, you're also cursing your bloodline.
Is that a spiritual principle? But why would people, they know this and will still
A lot of
continue
people
to do
don't
that?
know.
They don't know?
A lot of people don't understand that when they do that, that they're also doing it to themselves. They don't know.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough to learn it.
Can you put a spell on someone?
I wouldn't.
But do you have what it takes to do that?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I've never done it.
How do people do that?
Through different methods. I mean, like I said, I've never delved deep to learn exactly how to put a spell on anyone because I'm not interested in it. I don't have to. I don't want to court myself to people. I've had people try to put spells on me though.
How do you know that?
Because Spirit told me. And if you know we're currently in a spiritual warfare, So a lot of the times I don't know that that's what's happening. I've had friends to try to do it to me, and then they would pretty much let me know that they're fighting that battle for me, that I don't have to fight that battle, that they're gonna do it for me because I didn't know. And it's not my battle to fight because that's not my lane.
So prior to you doing all this amazing things, like what were you doing before?
In the darkness.
You don't want to say it, you just say it in darkness.
I was a dancer.
Okay. Is it true that when people who are called to do some certain things, no matter what they do, no matter how many things they do, no matter how some people they walk around do so many things, but they will still come back to what they're originally called to do? Is that true, or some people will just wander away and never find their purpose in life?
If that's what was written out for you, that's what's written out for you. So you have what you call the. No, don't be afraid. I'm just giving you. I'm answering the question.
Yeah.
So you have what's called the 3%. All right, and 2 of that 3% seeks the knowledge, and 1% of the 3 holds the knowledge, while the other 97 never even interested. So you have the 97% who will never know any of it because they're not destined for that.
Ashley. Okay. I want us to talk about mindset, right?
Let's do it.
How can someone shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset, both financially, emotionally, and spiritually? How can they shift that mindset?
Forgiveness.
Forgiving who? Themselves or people?
Both.
Are you saying forgiveness is
key?
Is a strong tool?
Yes.
Do you forgive people immediately? Like, do you quickly forgive people?
I'm not perfect. All right. So for the most part, I forgive. When situations happen, I understand that this is something that I'm meant to learn from. So a lot of times right? Because when I was younger, I held on to things, and I wasn't revengeful, but I was just more like holding on to grudges. And I had to learn that forgiveness is very important for the heart and for your vibration. Because wealth is a vibration, and money does not equal wealth. Wealth gives you money.
Yeah.
So you have to become the vibration. And when you become the vibration, it just comes to you. And that's why it's important to actually work on your vibration. It's not about who you say you are. A lot of people say, oh, I'm high vibrational, I'm this, but it's not about what you say. It's about your actual heart. And you can monitor that when they hook your chest up to, like when you go to the doctor and they hook you up, you're able to see your heartbeat. And so when you're low vibrational, right, it's based off your heart, the things that you want comes to you slow. When you raise your vibration, higher vibrations move faster. So the things you're trying to call in comes to you faster. So if you really want to generate wealth and not just have some money, because money can come and go.
Yes.
There's been a lot of people who get money and they lose it because their vibration wasn't aligned enough to maintain it. And they didn't feel deserving based on how they view themselves, the energies that they have around them, the influences that they have around them. So being able to maintain wealth is based on your heart and how you operate. How do you think? What is your relationship with money? Do you think money don't grow on trees? Well, money is paper, and paper is made out of trees, So just that easily, money can come to you.
Okay. Has anyone ever done something crazy to you that you like, I'm not forgiving this person?
A lot of people.
Or did you forgive them later? Or are there still some people right now that you haven't fully forgiven?
I've forgiven everybody, but that doesn't necessarily determine my discernment, because I gain wisdom from those situations. So it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt just because I've forgiven you. Doesn't mean I'm going to allow you back into my life because I've forgiven you.
So when you forgive, you don't take them back? So
But I forgive you because that's from my
so
heart.
is that total forgiveness?
Yes. Just because you forgive someone does not mean you have to allow them back into your life.
Okay.
That's what also having emotional intelligence and boundaries are for.
Okay.
You have to love and respect yourself enough to cut people off that does not serve your highest good. It doesn't matter how much you love them. Do they respect you? And if they don't respect you, you don't keep doing nice gestures for them. You don't keep allowing them into your life because that shows that you didn't learn your lesson.
Okay. What practices would you recommend for building confidence and maintaining self-belief in both personal and professional areas of life?
Ask me that again.
What practices would you recommend for building confidence and maintaining self-belief in both personal and professional areas of life?
Affirmations.
Really? It works?
It works.
Can you explain a little bit?
When you speak, you're manifesting. If you're Christian, right? Because I was born in Christianity, so I understand most of the world operates based on Christian beliefs.
Yeah.
Well, when this reality or whatever was created, it says God said, let there be light, and there was light. So every time you speak, you're bringing life. So the things that you talk about every day determines what your life will be like every day. The people that you communicate with determines what your life will be like. So whenever you speak, you are giving life to something. So if you learn how to speak positively to yourself and over your life, you will then create a life based on what the words was that you spoke.
What about people who they say beautiful things, but they don't put in the work? Would that work as well?
That's faith without work. Your actions have to be aligned. That's what I told you. Some people say that they're high vibrational, but do their actions match that? You could say it all day long and say that you're this person, but you have to actually move in that energy. But when you're wanting to, and here's one of my favorite like money making affirmations. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing amounts on a consistent basis from multiple sources.
I like that. I think I will use that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I will use that.
Because when another trick, right, with manifesting and creating life, you want to attach, when you have a memory or a trigger, right? What is a trigger? It's an event and an emotion. That's why I say I am so happy and grateful. Because when you attach an emotion, which emotion is energy, E, in motion. So when you attach an emotion with an experience, you create a memory.
Actually, wait. Did you read all these things or they just came to you naturally? Like, what's up? Talk to me. Like, you be speaking some deep stuff. I don't know. Like, you feel me? Like, did you read them or they just came to you, or is something you grew up with?
No, definitely not grew up with.
Or you learned them?
I've spent a lot of time just studying different things, and then the more I learned, the more I opened up the box that was already within me, the knowledge just already within me. So a lot of things, sometimes when I was spoken, I didn't even know that I knew that. It just was within me.
What would you say are or is or some of the things that make people scared and they're afraid to start up a business for themselves?
The fear of failure. Failure, scarcity, hard work, which actually a lot of people are addicted to learning but allergic to application.
Oh, can you say that again? Please.
As I said, a lot of people are addicted to learning but allergic to application. So they love to learn and learn and learn, but they don't apply any knowledge.
Wow. When I was doing the research about you, I'm not nosy. I just did a little research about you. You talked about real estate investment and all that. So
And I'm not fluent in real estate, so.
But you have an idea of real estate?
Yeah, I have an idea, but I'm not fluent yet.
So what advice would you give to people who want to start this real estate investment or want to make some money? And everybody will be like, real estate, money everywhere. What advice would you give?
Use the bank's money.
Why are you so sure about that?
What do you mean?
Use the bank money. Ain't you supposed to have your own money?
You're supposed to save your money and use theirs, invest theirs, build cash flow off of theirs, save yours. You put your money in a life insurance policy, go to the bank and get their money and invest their money.
Whoa, that's deep, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't be afraid of, like, you have some people that's like, oh, you're gonna put that much into, rehabbing a property just to get $1,200. But if you do buy a property, that property builds equity, and you could take the equity out of the house and get you another property. And every year you could do that. And now imagine every year you get a new house. In 6 years, you could be making $10,000 a month in just passive income, just from off of your properties or more, depending on what kind of properties you're getting. You could go and buy laundromats that's recession proof, car washes, recession proof.
Can you teach people all these things?
I can educate them.
Okay. 'Cause I like to make money, for real.
Me too. Well, I mean, we're on earth, so it takes money. You need money to eat. You need money to lay your head down at night. Everything revolves around money. So you can't opt out of that part of the reality. And that's one of the things about the spiritual community. The spiritual community is broke because they don't understand that you have to exist spiritually and practically. Seriously,
they broke? So you can be
Because
spiritually inclined and still be broke?
yes, because a lot of people, once they realize that we are a part of a matrix and that this reality isn't real, a lot of people like to opt out. And they don't understand that if you're blessed enough to get the cheat code, let me just slow it down a little bit, right? I'm gonna slow it down a
You
little
can
bit.
say it.
No, gotcha. I'm gonna give you an example, right? Every video game, if you understand that we're in a simulator reality, right? Every video game has a cheat code. Just because you buy the cheat code don't mean you won the game. You have to apply the code in order to win. So a lot of people get the code and they don't apply it. They just ready to opt out of the game, and they just be like, you know what? Forget the game. I got all the
code,
answers.
yeah.
And it's like, no, but you didn't win unless you applied it.
Oh, you're right. So they know all these things spiritually, but they're not applying it.
So they don't get to where they're trying to be. 'Cause that's that addicted to learning, allergic to application.
Look, we haven't even spoke up to an hour. And if someone says to me right now, just tell me who Ashley is, I can give them a little bio of you. You're spiritual, you're smart, you're hardworking, and I like the way you talk, your confidence. I want to ask this. Do you have a man in your life?
I'm single.
Why are you single though?
Because I'm so aware of myself that a lot of people cannot really handle that. And a lot of people, men, they fear me because of my spiritual side. A lot of people are attracted to me, but being attracted to me is one thing, and being able to coexist with me is completely different. A lot of men fear highly intelligent women because they can't be manipulated.
You said they fear you. Is it a spiritual part of you? Because for real, like someone who's not like too spiritually inclined, when they hear you talk about this Jupiter, this, that, they'll be like, where's she from?
They're gonna say she's a witch.
Yes, that's how a regular dude would just summarize it. Just like she's from the other
that
world.
Bitch is a witch right there.
Yeah, they'll be like, she onto something.
Not this witchy bitch.
So do you think that, because you
It's
just
okay
said
to
it
curse.
right
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm over here cussing.
No, you good. We good.
Okay.
You good. Do you think that alone, like, so how do you handle that? People just, like you said, most people, that scare them away. How do you handle that? Do you think There can be a little adjustment. I don't know, but how do you handle that though?
It has hurt my feelings a lot, but it makes me respect myself enough to remove myself, because I also understand that a divine masculine will see so much value in me. That means they're not in alignment with me, because they're not in alignment with themselves. They have not truly delved into the things that I have, but there are men that has. And when they hear me, they're gonna be like, damn, like she know what she's talking about, because there are people like that exist. And so I just also understand that they're not a part of the percentile that I am. And so I do myself a favor and remove myself, because I'm not going to change or, lower myself to be with anybody. I'm just going to be by myself until someone sees enough value in me to work with me and not be afraid of me being divine.
Do you see things before they happen sometimes? A little bit, like a clue or something?
Yes.
Okay.
I can reveal things before they happen.
Okay. I just want to, I don't want to act like the devil's advocate, but I just want to ask this, because someone out there will be like, she's smart, she's spiritually inclined, she's this. Do you think the powers you get, they will tell you, actually, this guy that's coming, I think he's the one. Go for it. Go with him. Do you think they will do that, or they will just let you choose yourself? And be real with me.
I'm gonna be real with you. So there has been instances where I've been told, like, yeah, this person right here, but they understand that that's how they're guiding me to a lesson.
Yeah.
So if I'm meant to learn something, they understand the way that I think and how I operate. So they understand that if they tell me that they're the one, then I'll go ahead and then I'll learn my lesson. And then they'll be like, gotcha.
Okay.
It's not so serious there. We think that they take in the spiritual realm everything so serious, but they don't. The light and the dark exist with each other. So for example, a lot of us don't seek change until something bad happens. So if we are complacent or we are stuck, the light and the dark work together to push us towards where we need to be. So if you are stuck, like for example, in the Bible, right? God allowed the devil to tempt his most loyal man. God said, you know what, go strip him of everything. I guarantee you he loyal.
That's Job.
Take his kids away. Take everything, and I guarantee you. So you have to understand that those energies work together. And that person didn't know, right, that he was being tested by God, but God allowed that to happen for his highest good. And then everything that was taken from him was given back tenfold.
Nice. Guys, we'll be back for Short and Spills. We'll be back. Greatness. Let's take a little break. What's up, greatness? We're back again. Let me tell you, listen, I've been having a wonderful time. She's been saying some spiritual, deep stuff. And I'm like, listen, are you actually human? But listen, so this next segment is called Shots and Spills, right? So we're going to take a shot. I'm going to ask her some real down to earth question, like some question, and she's gonna answer them. So she's gonna answer them, so you know she's real. I know people be like, man, she's so deep. She's talking about Jupiter and all that. For real, Jupiter, I'm scared. I'm like, where's Jupiter coming from? You understand? Actually, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
So first, we're gonna take a shot to this, right?
Are you ready?
Be ready since 1942. Like, what you talking about?
They say if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
You be tweaky. Like, look at you, like. You do like this, right?
Yeah, down.
All right. Let's take it. Let us again. Okay. You ready for me?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Be ready.
All right.
So, tell me, what is the most craziest thing you did in your relationship?
When you say crazy, are you meaning like through anger or like fun, or like what is crazy?
Anger. Tell me something crazy like you did. You're like, shit, did I really did that stuff?
I think one of like the craziest things that I did out of anger was I learned about insurance when it come down to vehicles, right? And so my ex, he was cheating on me, right? And so I put 3 tires on flat and not 4 so that the insurance wouldn't cover it.
So when you're angry, you can do some crazy
3 of
shit.
the tires and not all 4.
But
because the insurance wouldn't cover it.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So what about fun? You gotta be real with me now.
As far as like one of the craziest things that I did on the fun side was I used to date women.
Oh.
And I had a girlfriend, and me, her, and my best friend had a threesome.
Woo! I know you're bad, girl. Like you be talking about Jupiter and stuff like that. I know you're bad. Okay, Jupiter. Let's come back to Earth now. This is
well, my Jupiter is in Scorpio, so.
Oh, okay. I like that. Cool. So the next one is you're dating a new person, and the oral sex is horrible. Like it is quisquiliarum la basura.
Mm-hmm.
How would you teach them to do it right?
Just grab their head and move, and then just do it myself.
Say that again.
I would just grab their head and do it myself.
How you gonna do it yourself?
Grab their head,
mm-hmm.
and then I just do it. I use them as my prop.
You heard that right? Short and spills, guys. Listen, it's getting hot in here. Listen, do you have air? Do you have AC? Yeah, I'm hot, bro. Like, okay. The next question is, you find out that you went on one date with a friend of someone you're now dating. Are you obligated to tell them?
Ask me again.
So you find out that you went out on one date with a friend of someone you're dating now. Let's say your present boyfriend, you went out with his friend just one day.
Okay.
Maybe something happened, you had one nice time, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're dating for real, which is your new boyfriend, and you're dating for real now. Do you feel you're obligated to tell him, bro, I went out with your dude?
In myself now? Yes. My younger self probably wouldn't have said nothing.
You bosses say Aggie.
Yeah. Now I would, because there's room for, I would want somebody to tell me and give me the option. So in today's time, I would say something. When I was younger, I would have just kept it to myself and just had one up.
Okay.
I've done stuff. I've dated brothers.
Do we still have time for this recording? Because right now, are you for real at the same time or?
No, different times. It started with the younger brother, then it went to the older brother, then back to the younger, then back to the older. You
need Holy Spirit, Jesus, and God for real.
But the older brother don't notice. The younger brother was well aware.
And he kept going.
Yeah, they both still trying to this day.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ of!
It's been times where I'm from Mississippi, and they come to Texas together, and they both like hit me up, and I don't think neither one of them knows that they're both hitting me up at the same time. They're in the car with each other, both like, "Hey, what's up?" And
you just like the fact that they don't know. So does that make you feel some type of way?
No, it's more of a like, yeah, both of y'all want me, and I don't want either one of y'all. Yeah.
Okay. Let's come back.
I don't mess with them anymore. I'm just saying that they both still try, and
Could you be in a relationship with someone you're not sexually attracted to?
In today's time, no.
Why?
Because I have done that.
Oh, you have an experience.
Huh?
You have an experience.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship, with my kid's dad. I thought something was wrong with me. I used to did not care about sex, and then I learned that is one of the determining factors of if you're really interested in that person, if you're meant to be with them, you are going to be physically attracted to them. So if I'm not physically attracted to you, I do not want to be with you, because when I was younger, like I said, I thought something was wrong with me because I didn't care about sex, and now I love sex. So if I can't participate in that way where I'm enjoying it, I don't want you.
Great.
Can't bring nothing to life like that.
Guys, we're back, man. You something else. You something else.
Yeah.
I like that. So we're back. So we gonna go back to the interview, and
I think it's important that people understand where I was and where I'm at.
Sure, we humans.
Yeah.
And I really, the reason why I like you, you're so real and you're down to earth. I really, really do like that about you, for real. And kudos to you, right? So we're gonna go straight, and we have some few questions to be done, because you're just giving some great stuff. So when it comes to mental health, because people feel that people who do a lot of things, they just jack of all trade and master of none.
Do you know the rest of that saying?
Tell me.
A jack of all trade, a master of none, is oftentimes better than a master of one.
Why?
Because sometimes people who only know one thing is limited on perspective. So although you might not have mastered one thing, by having multiple tools, it makes you more valuable than a person with only one tool.
Have you heard of the word mastery? The word called mastery, where you know one thing, you know it very well.
But what if that one thing is a limited belief, and now you're boxed in?
Guys, what you have to say to that?
Because when you master one thing, it makes it hard to open your mind up to other perspectives. You're so gung-ho on that one thing that you know so well, and you don't want to hear no other opinions, no other perspectives. But somebody who has multiple tools will be willing to learn and gain new tools.
Okay. Let me ask you this question now. Let me ask you this. This is very, very, I want you to give me a straight answer, right?
Okay.
How do you maintain mental health while juggling multiple responsibilities, like the things you do, family, business, and personal growth? How do you balance that?
I go out in nature and I cry.
What you mean? You just go out to nature and just be crying and everything's gonna be okay?
Because the trees, they absorb. Let me go back a little bit. Trees are in such a harmonious state all the time that when you come to the trees and you bring negative energy, they like it because it gives them something new to decipher and learn from. So instead of going to other humans, which as humans, we absorb people's energy. So if I call you about my problems, you're gonna absorb it, and then you're gonna become emotionally attached to my experience. So instead of going to another human and dumping on them, I go to the trees where they want it.
Where you get this thing from? That trees, like where's it coming from?
Within my body.
Where are the backings to all these things you're saying right now?
Science. I mean, you have different scientists who have studied trees, and they hook these different monitors up to the trees. Like right now, like let's say you were somebody who cut grass, right? The trees are telepathic and they communicate with each other. So if you're somebody who on a normal basis, you kill plants, when you're coming, the trees will start, all of the plant life, and this is scientifically proven, they will start communicating with each other and start screaming to each other and letting them know danger is coming.
Good.
Science. This is scientifically proven.
I'll do my research and I'll get back to you on that. I've never heard this in my entire life, for real. Like,
how old are you?
I'm in my 30s.
Right. You have so much more life, and you are going to constantly learn more. So just because you've never heard of it doesn't mean that it isn't true, but we're also always learning. So you just learn something new. That's all.
Okay. So this question is, how can emotional intelligence be a tool for building deeper connection and fostering success in all areas of life?
because you learn how to not take things so personal. You learn how to manage your own emotions so you're not so emotionally reactive, and you start to understand the way your emotions make you react. So when you are balanced in your emotions, you're able to make more sound decisions and also allow your emotions to calm, but not make decisions when you are emotionally disturbed.
Word. I'm gonna ask you a question because since we started this wonderful session, your hands has been like this. Like, is that, I don't know, because everything you do is spiritual. I don't know. You see it is spiritual. Like, what is that a sign? Is that something that you do? What does that do for you, or is just a posture for you?
So through certain postures, certain way that you hold your body, it sends signals to the brain and it allows the communication to flow more effectively. So if you're meditating, right? If you're meditating and your hands is like you're sitting cross-legged and you're like this, you're pretty much closing yourself off to receive energy. So when you meditate, you open your hands and let the universe know you are receptive. And this is when you ask for something, right? They're like, give me, right? So how you hold your hands, how you place your body determines the flow and the communication that's happening within your body. So to make sure that when I'm speaking that I'm not stumbling over my words, I hold my hand like this so that my body and my brain is in alignment, so I'm not stumbling over my words, and then I'm able to communicate efficiently. And then we just took a shot, right? So I want to make sure that I'm able to still communicate in a way that, allows me to be true to who I am, and I'm not miscommunicating myself or, stumbling over my words.
Okay. I just learned a lot today. Wow. Jeez.
What happened to the rest of those questions? You didn't ask me all those 5 questions, did you?
Huh?
Did you ask me all those questions?
If I ask you, what do you say? Say that again.
Did you ask me all of the questions?
Yeah, it's just 4.
Okay, it's 5, I thought.
It's 4.
Okay.
What is your motivation? Where does it come from?
My children.
Is that a cliche? Because all parents always say that, my kids. Even me, I say that too. Why? How? What's the why? Why do you say that? Was it because you gave birth to them, or you've been through some challenging time or inspiring time or something with them? Because all parents say that. It's just like a cliche.
Do you really want me to answer that?
Yes.
I learned through Vedic astrology that when I had my daughter, her name is Nova, and it comes from a supernova. And a supernova is when a star explodes and it becomes the most beautiful thing in a star, but it's pretty much a rebirth. So I did not know that when I named her, but I just loved the name Nova from supernova. And later on, when I learned about Vedic astrology, I learned that when I had my first daughter, which was my first child, that the portal of information would open for me. And so for me, it's not a cliche because I was able to see what kind of parent I was going to be. I was able to see through my children's birth chart what kind of people they will become. And based on that, my decisions mirrored what I knew was right for them and what I knew I wanted them to be, how I knew I wanted them to think, how I knew I wanted them to operate. And it's a little bit off topic, but I've never gotten any one of my children vaccinated ever in life. Ever in life. I did not get my son circumcised because they use the foreskin of boys. Hollywood, right? They use that foreskin to stay young. Because the foreskin on the penis is actually a protective measure. God doesn't give us anything that we're not meant to have, including the hair on our body. So when you're taking away the things that God has given us, you're taking away the extra layers of protection. I breastfed both of my children till they were 1. I wanted to do it longer, but at the same time, I just couldn't do it. I made all of their baby food. When I converted them over off my breast, I made their milk with hemp seeds, sea moss, dates, and distilled water. I learned later I should have used spring water, but I did the best of what I knew. So for me, my children is my motivation because my daughter was the thing that opened the portal for me to become something new. So automatically, once I learned that, once I discovered that, I knew that I had to lead by example. That if I needed her to become who she was meant to be, I couldn't just tell her. I had to show her what it looks like.
Okay. And I like your belief.
And didn't want my son to be a Dusty. So I had to make sure that I also give him the tools to feel good as a man. I don't want my son to grow up feeling demasculated. I want my son to be of value and not to be, quote unquote, a bum, right? So I needed to separate myself from their dad so that my son don't have the wrong example of what kind of man to become. Because kids don't do what you tell them to do. They do what you show them that you're doing.
Okay. Do you before we go, I think this is the last one. Do you believe that male sons need their father to be a man?
I believe
when the father is right.
When the father is a good example, absolutely. Yeah. But I don't feel like boys need their dads to become a man. I feel like, because my children's dad is in their life, just not like I am. And I believe that boys need good male role models. So it doesn't necessarily have to be their dad, because if their dad is a toxic figure, that's not what they need to have as an example. So you put them around figures that will show them what to become, and sometimes it's not their biological. But I do feel like men need other healthy masculine, figures to learn, because I can't teach him how to be a man, but I can teach him how to respect women.
Word. Great. Guys, listen, I've been blessed, man. Like, I've just heard so many great things that I'm like, wow, I'm shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep watching, even with me myself, I keep watching this video over and over again. Ashley, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You are a sweetheart.
Thank you.
For real. And I can tell and I can feel your energy. You're walking in, and we didn't even talk about that. You do tax, you repair credit too, right?
Yeah, I don't do taxes because I do
repair, right?
I do credit repair.
Okay,
because credit is important.
All right.
Maybe tell everybody, do not walk around with bad credit, because that is how you go broke. If you want to not go broke, you have good credit. That way you can use the bank's money and save your money, build cash flow, and become rich. And you rinse and repeat with your credit. It will allow you to rinse and repeat and continue to use the bank's money, because the bank got endless money.
Great. So just 10 seconds or 20 seconds, one word for people who are there to try to find who they are, find themselves, and just operate in their natural power. What would that one word be from you?
Astrology.
Astrology?
When a lot of people ask me, Ashley, what got you here? Like, how? Because especially people that knew me they're like, man, what was it? And when I tell them astrology, they dismiss it. They like, girl, shut the fuck up. But a lot of people don't understand that this is literally how I got to where I am.
Okay. Thank you very much. So where can people find you? Website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? Where can they find you?
Ashley the Alchemist. The Alchemist, as in alchemy, transforming negative into positive, learning how to purify. All right. So it's Ashley the Alchemist with 2 T's.
Thank you. Greatness. I know you've all had a wonderful time and have learned a lot. I just want to say thank you for all you do. We can't be here without you guys, man. Thank you for your love, your support. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscription button. Just keep liking, comment, share this video too as well. We love you. Stay great. Greatness is who you are. It's your DNA. And we love you. Thanks, guys.
Thank
I
you.
bet.